Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your weaknesses, believing they define you? It's a common struggle that can lead to despair. But what if I told you that embracing these very weaknesses could open the door to unimaginable strength and support? The stakes are high. Your perception of weakness could transform into a source of empowerment that not only changes your life, but potentially inspires others as well. Let's turn to the Word of God for insight. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me.'" Pause for a moment and let that verse sink in. In this passage, the Apostle Paul shares a profound truth. He highlights an amazing paradox. Our hardships and vulnerabilities can serve as a canvas for God's strength. This profound message reassures us that we don't have to hide our struggles or pretend to be superhuman. Instead, we can take them to God and allow His grace to transform what we perceive as failures into platforms of divine power. Imagine the weight lifting off your shoulders when you realize that your shortcomings and struggles don't disqualify you from God's love and purpose. Rather, they become the very means through which His strength is revealed. What if your struggles are not just personal battles, but also divine opportunities to display His glory? In your moments of doubt and inadequacy, there lies an opening for extraordinary grace to fill those spaces. So, what can we do with this insight? Take a moment today to consider an area in your daily life where you feel especially weak or inadequate. Is it your work, your relationships, or perhaps an internal battle you haven't been able to shake? Instead of attempting to mask it or bear it alone, bring it before God in heartfelt prayer and ask Him to fill that void with His grace. But don't stop there. Share your vulnerability with someone you trust. This simple act can foster community, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. By opening up, you create a space for connection, encouragement, and perhaps even healing, not just for yourself, but for others who also may feel burdened by their inadequacies. Every time you lean into your struggles, you make room for Christ's strength to rest upon you. Isn't that the kind of life we want to lead? A life where grace steers us through the storm rather than our own strength? As you move forward, remember that acknowledging your weaknesses is not a sign of defeat, but rather a celebration of God's grace in action. So, here's your takeaway. Embrace your weaknesses today as stepping stones to divine empowerment. Write them down, pray over them, and invite others into your journey. This isn't just about finding strength in your weakness, it's about discovering the active and transformative work of grace in the ordinary moments of life. As you reflect on this, feel the freedom that comes from knowing it's okay to not have it all together. Embrace the strength that comes from vulnerability and watch how God's grace transforms your life. If you found this inspiring, like and subscribe for more reflections and share your thoughts below. What weaknesses is God inviting you to bring before Him today? Let's spark this conversation and uplift one another through faith.